The European Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, is putting together her new team of 26 commissioners, one from each EU country, to lead the EU for the next 5 years. Think of it like forming a government, with each commissioner responsible for a different portfolio, like prosperity and industrial strategy, agriculture and food, or defense and space. Von der Leyen herself has been in office for a couple of months now, and she asked each EU member state to suggest 2 candidates, one male and one female, so she could balance the team. But surprise, surprise, almost no country actually did that. Instead, the past few weeks have turned into a classic case of political horse trading. To get more female candidates on board, von der Leyen has been busy swapping exciting portfolios for more gender balance. She finally presented her full squad, with each commissioner's role officially assigned. And let me tell you, there are definitely a few eyebrow raisers in the mix. Some choices make total sense, while others, not so much. First up, the boss. Von der Leyen herself, of course, followed by her top deputies, 6 executive vice presidents. One of the more predictable picks is Kaja Kallas, who will be taking the reins on foreign affairs and security policy. It's a big job, as she'll be the EU's top diplomat, navigating tricky waters with world powers and keeping Europe's security strategy on point. But the real curveball? France's Stéphane Séjourné, who was swapped in at the last minute. Until Monday, Thierry Breton was still France's top pick. As Commissioner for the Internal Market, Breton made a name for himself with major EU policies, like the Digital Services Act and the world's first AI regulation. However, his relationship with von der Leyen was rocky at best. A notable clash dubbed Pipergate happened when von der Leyen bypassed Breton in appointing a representative for small businesses, leading to public criticism from him and others on the team. Breton didn't shy away from more confrontation either. When von der Leyen just about secured her party's nomination for Commission President again, he publicly hinted that maybe it was time for new leadership in the EU, pointing out how long the European People's Party had held power. According to Politico, this last-minute swap was the result of negotiations between Macron and von der Leyen. Macron, concerned that Breton's strained ties with von der Leyen would land France a weaker portfolio and no executive vice presidency, pushed for Séjourné instead. The gamble paid off. Séjourné is now executive vice president in charge of industrial strategy. Given Macron's focus on strategic autonomy, it looks like France secured exactly the portfolio they were aiming for. Then there's Raffaele Fitto from Italy, the executive vice president for cohesion and reforms. He stands out as one of the only commissioners from a right-wing party, in this case the conservative European Conservatives and Reformists. His portfolio includes overseeing cohesion policies, with the aim of reducing disparities between EU regions and pushing towards reforms. However, looking at the ECR's manifesto, they firmly oppose removing the veto vote from member states, suggesting that under Fitto's watch, significant reforms to the EU structure may face considerable hurdles. Now, next to the president and the 6 executive vice presidents, there are 20 more commissioners from all over the EU, each with their own portfolio. While there are too many to cover in detail in this video, some appointments stand out. Austria, despite being criticized by the European Court of Justice for illegal border controls and blocking Romania and Bulgaria full entry into the Schengen area, has been given the portfolio for internal affairs and migration. This is surprising, especially since Austria's nominee, Magnus Brunner, has a purely financial background. And then there's Hungary. Orban's nominee, Oliver Varhelyi, received one of the least significant portfolios, health and animal welfare, a clear downgrade from his current role in neighborhood and enlargement. Relations between von der Leyen and Orban have hit rock bottom, especially after Orban's July visit to Moscow, which sparked a boycott of Hungary's EU presidency. Hungary is also refusing to pay European Union fines, threatening to send asylum seekers to Belgium, and blocking 6.5 billion euros in military aid to Ukraine. It's really no surprise von der Leyen wasn't eager to give them a more influential portfolio. Another interesting takeaway is the division of commissioner appointments along party lines. The European People's Party secured the most positions, with 14 commissioners, followed by Renew Europe with 5, the Socialists with 4, and 1 each from the European Conservative and Reformists and the Patriots, plus 2 independents. Renew Europe, which only came in 5th place in the European Parliament elections, managed to secure a surprising amount of power. Meanwhile, the Greens, Sovereignists and the left ended up with no commissioner positions. True to von der Leyen's commitment to gender parity, she appointed 4 women and 2 men as executive vice presidents, who will oversee policy clusters in collaborations with junior commissioners. After intense negotiations, von der Leyen also increased the number of women in the commission to 11, or 40% of the total. The 26 nominees still have to face confirmation hearings in the European Parliament, where some may not make it through due to past controversies, lack of expertise, or simple partisan pushback. And who will keep you updated on all the twists and turns? We will. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and if you want to support us even more, check out our Patreon. Until next time.